Hello, welcome to the 18th episode of the podcast. I'd like to welcome you and also give you an opportunity to introduce yourself and talk how you first got into airsoft.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. My name's Harris. Uh, it's an honor to get to be here, honor to be invited. Happy to be here. Um, Really, airsoft was something that I wanted to do for quite a long time. Same old story as everybody else. You're a little kid and watching YouTube videos and all this cool stuff and seeing all these other cool airsofters doing stuff. And you're like, man, that just looks awesome. That's something that I want to do. And that's kind of where I got into it. And I started buying, the rinky-dink little clear guns and the springers and all that, and slowly just working up over time and got to where I am now. And I've loved every bit of it ever since then.
Excellent. How many years you been into it? Into
So
airsoft?
I've been doing it for a while since I was a little kid, but I never really like went to games. It was kind of just, shooting in the backyard, all of that. So I don't really count that as much, but I really got into it about, I want to say about 4 years ago now. And I actually started going out and looking at places locally to me and going with my friend. It was back around when I first started high school. I'd met one of my closest buddies, and he was actually into it. And that was one of the things that got us really close was we both did airsoft. And so he actually took me out for my first ever game, and we got to play together, and it was a blast.
Excellent. So you actually went with with a friend,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, for sure. Because and of course I mentioned this in other podcast episodes, but I always bring up the story of how I got into it, or let me rephrase it, how I got back into it.
Yeah.
Because I was originally back into it, or let me rephrase that. I originally got back into it back in 2003, if I remember correctly. I was only in it for a few years. Similar story to you, except back then YouTube wasn't as, I mean, I don't remember watching it back then. It was essentially saw, hey, I saw other friends doing it. So I was like, why
Yeah.
not? I mean, that looks fun. So, I played in other people's backyards with it and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
and it kind of evolved from there. But back then, like airsoft wasn't nowhere near as it is today. I mean, I didn't see a full metal back then. I heard the term, as some of the like for example, I'm having a brain fart. My apology. It's hop up. There you go. Back then, it wasn't really a thing. I mean, I heard of it, but it's like it wasn't nearly as sophisticated as today. So it's significantly improved in accuracy or improvement of accuracy for it today is significantly improved. So
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting, getting into it in a different era and then getting back out of it. And I was back in, I believe, 2007, if I remember right. So I was out of it for a while and then I got back into it just a few years ago. And then a few years ago, when I got back into it, I was on the fence if I was going to continue. But what really got me hooked on airsoft is that someone noticed that, hey, I was by myself and I wasn't really playing anybody with a group. So he invited me to his group and then we ended up playing as a team. And that's when I realized, okay, this is actually fun. When you actually have coordination and teamwork, this actually
Yeah.
makes it far more entertaining, far more interesting. So I,
Yeah.
I got hooked ever since, and it's been a blast. And I'm loving how it's continuing to evolve. And matter of fact, I've even seen people using like night vision and thermal, and I'm like, oh, man, we didn't have that 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
quite impressive, quite interesting. And so, it's just, I don't know, it's a awesome community to be a part of, to be honest.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I think YouTube started back. I think they really hit off around, I think about 2004 is they when they really started opening up and developing it. So it would make sense if you didn't really grow up on that like I did. Because I'm 21 now. I turned 21 last October. And so I kind of grew up on YouTube a little bit, but not as much as, kids now, but it still gave me that little bit that I could see into airsoft and see if I'd like it or not. And I think that that definitely helped push me. But yeah, guns and the technology of the guns have came a long way. I mean, I've used everything from just standard AAGs all the way up to I don't know if you know Wolverine,
Yeah.
the their guns. I used to have an MTW and it was one of the best guns I think I've ever had, which I kind of regret getting rid of it. But hey, you move on, you know. But yeah, like you were saying about the night vision and the thermals and stuff, I've had some time under night vision. I've gotten to use a thermal once, but it wasn't very long. But I've done two Milsom West events now, and I got to use night vision for both of them, and that was definitely a game changer when it came to, what you would think is just a little, you're shooting little plastic BBs at each other, and it definitely made it feel a lot more immersive and a lot funner, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, even myself, unfortunately, the only milsim I've done, it was kind of like a mini milsim.
Mhm.
There's a company near where I'm at, which I live in Colorado.
Yeah.
They're called Pew Pew Productions, if I remember correctly. They do local mini milsims here, and that was my
Okay.
first time when I actually got my feet wet on, actual bigger coronations gameplay.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And I have friends in my group that's been to Milsim you described and others around the country, and they keep asking me, "Hey, N5, you need to come with us." I'm like, "Ah, I know, I need to." But unfortunately, I have circumstances at my current living location, which restricts me to basically travel outside of the state very often. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get around that. But once that door opens up, then I'm going to be going anywhere where I can as long as it's within the budget, you know.
Yeah.
And
I
that's why
feel
I've been
that.
looking at other fields too. I've been to the Huntsville, Alabama. I've been to their field there and had a blast with some friends there. And then of course I have family near JTC field. So I actually want to, while I'm there, I actually want to check out the field, meet the owner and take some video shots and try to promote it, because
Yeah.
that field caught my attention along with a few others. And it's kind of cool to see what else is in the country.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. When I first started, I went with, like I said, I went with my friend, and he actually, I didn't know it at the time, but he actually had kind of like a team of his own of other people that he played with, and we all played at Airsoft Tulsa down there. And we found JTC, and we figured that we'd give them a shot, and I mean, ever since then, we went, we loved it. It's awesome out there, and it was nice getting to go with other people. And, I never thought I'd really do a Milsim West like I have. I've always kind of just done, basic open plays, a few outdoor games and stuff here and there. And JTC, they used to do, uh, they used to have like a Milsim event that was all weekend, and it was really fun, but he stopped doing it for a little while just because not everybody was really ready for that yet. So he started doing like Milsim Weekend instead, which is a little slower paced, but it still gives, that teamwork, that communication. You still
Yeah.
get like objectives to attack and stuff like that. And I think it helped me get into the Milsim aspect of it. And I feel like it's helping other people get into it too. And I think that's really what pushed me into kind of looking further into the Milsim world and going to Milsim West.
Oh yeah. I mean that teamwork, that coordination, I definitely see how that would be very um, attractive to play, to be involved with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe me, I understand how that could be fun.
Oh
I
yeah.
just wish I could, myself, I just wish I could be more involved in that. But, patience. I will be soon enough.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time. But
Yeah.
meanwhile,
It
enjoy what I can and uh and then just see where fate goes and go from there.
yeah, I mean that's all you can do. I mean, it's okay not to jump straight into them. I mean, not everybody has the funding. I mean, I didn't for a while either. And I mean, one day I was like, I mean, hey, I have enough money. I asked my friends, I was like, do you guys want to go? And they were like, let's do it. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And thankfully, both of the ones I went to have been in the same state for me, so they've only been like 3 hours away. But I, I never thought I was gonna go to one, honestly. And finally, just one day I did, and it was life changing. It was absolutely awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can imagine for sure. So what type of just out of curiosity, what type of airsoft guns you like to take to the field?
I run a little bit of everything. I kind of like running battle rifles. Sometimes I run a basic AR. Sometimes I run an AK. I I used to be really heavy into like NATO kit. I still kind of am, but here recently, a lot of my friends, because I'm friends kind of with two different groups. I have like a NATO group, and then I'm kind of friends with some guys that are more into the Rust 4 side of things. So I've been kind of branching off and starting to build like a full Rust 4 kit now, and that's been super fun to do. And the AKs are really nice, and it's definitely a nice change to use compared to just your standard AR and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Oh cool, awesome. Do you use any particular type of grenades? Out of curiosity.
Um, I really prefer the tag-in grenades. Honestly, I feel like they are a lot more reliable compared to like the EGs. They're a lot louder, and I feel like I have less problems with them, like actually going off. I feel like I've had a quite a couple of EGs get thrown and just not go off, not ignite or something like that. And a lot of the time with them too is the bodies of them is really fragile because they're like a paper mache kind of body. So a lot of the times if you throw them too hard, they kind of just fall apart in the air. Or if they hit a wall too hard, they kind of just squish and all the BBs fall out, and that's doesn't really do anything. But the tagging ones, they're kind of hard to get right now because they're having issues with the import stuff. But if you can get your hands on some of them, even just the throwables, if you can't get the launchables, they're really loud and they're really fun.
Yeah, I know out here in Colorado, they have it restricted down to two types of grenades. It's and again, I'm having a brain fart, my apologies. But one of them is you could just throw them and they just kind of pop open and then all these BBs come out. It doesn't make
Yeah,
a sound hardly at all.
spring
Yeah.
grenades or whatever they
Yeah,
are.
yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is. And then the other one's the gas one. And me personally, I use the gas ones. And so that's what's allowed over here where I'm at. But
yeah,
unfortunately, everything else is not because here it's very, very dry. So
yeah,
potential fire, that could occur. So that's why they kind of restricted that over here, unfortunately. But over in your
yeah.
area, especially in Arkansas and northern part of Texas, as far as my understanding, they don't have those restrictions. Um, so you have a little bit more flexibility there, which is nice.
Um, it kind of just depends what part of the states that you go to, because sometimes it depends on the season too, because our springtime here in Oklahoma, it's really rainy. I mean, it's been raining the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks, about nonstop almost. And so it gets quite wet, but around closer into the summertime and even in the fall, sometimes too, it gets quite dry. So sometimes they do kind of limit it to just the Thunder Bees or just the spring grenades, and it kind of sucks, but I get it. I actually, ah man, I should have sent you the pictures of it, but just this last April, I did my second Milsim West, and we actually had there was a stack. There was about 25 hay bales, and somebody had thrown a tag in near them, and when it blew up, it actually caught them on fire, and we had to stop the game and have the county fire department come out and get that under control. Man, I should have sent you the pictures for that. I can probably send them to you after. That way you can still put them into post, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, easy. I could easily do that. Feel free to send that to me after the podcast, and I'll make sure it's
Yeah, we'll
fun.
do. Yeah, it was a huge fire. I mean, we didn't even notice it at first because me and my because I was a squad leader for one of our squads. We were actually assaulting a NATO position. We were doing a flank, and we looked over and we'd seen the fire, and the all the NATO guys started yelling out that there was a real world, which is kind of just what they yell when there's an actual emergency. And so we all stopped and we radioed in to the rest of the guys that were way far off from us and let them know what was going on. And we all kind of just regrouped and just took a minute to chill out and let them get it all under control.
Yeah. Well, sound like they did. I mean, that's good to hear. And
Yeah,
it's just, yeah, you don't want to mess around with that. I mean, yeah,
no, no, it happened quite fast. I mean, it was everything was all good. Grenade went off and it was just like just boof, just up in flames. I mean, it was just a snap of your finger and they were on fire. It was crazy.
yeah. Well, I mean, out of curiosity, have you had any instances in airsoft that is very memorable, either funny or something hilarious that has occurred?
Um, it's kind of embarrassing, but this also happened at my milsim because this was my second ever time getting to run night vision, and so I was still kind of getting used to it, and the terrain out there is kind of unlevel, and I was walking, and it's if you've ever used night vision, it's kind of hard to tell like the depth perception to like tell how deep something is, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely stepped in this little trench and just ate it. Just completely ate it. And my buddy,
Just
he
went straight down.
just yeah, straight down. Like I was walking and then it was just poof. And, yeah. My buddy behind me, he's got a YouTube channel he posts on quite frequently, and he had a night vision recorder on his night vision, and he watched the whole thing. It's in his video, and it was just I went back and I watched it and I was like, man, I was like, you really left that in the video. And he was like, it was too funny to take out. And I was like, I get that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, after the podcast, I mean, feel free to send me a link to that. I would be interested to see it. I mean,
Okay.
that's pretty cool. I mean, I had some funny instances happen with me as well. Um, One was medical related, and then the other one was accidentally shooting the wrong part of the target. So, so,
I've
so I'll
I've had that
explain.
happen before.
Yeah, so I'll explain the targeting part first. So, I mean, me, I just, I'm not a speed softer, but I do, when I see a vulnerability on the line, or if I have the ability to flank, I will. So
Oh yeah.
so I was in a position to do that. And then I was running around a corner and I heard the person on the other side of the corner. So I knew he was there and I was already sprinting. So now I'm trying to stop, and of course, my foot, one of my foot has a slight delay. So it's like maybe a split of a second. So it's hard to explain. When you tell your feet to stop, one of them stops
Mm,
instantly. The other one has a slight delay. So
yeah.
because of that off balance, if I'm not careful, I can actually slide down, not
Yeah.
intentionally. And that's what ended up happening. So I was sliding down. I didn't
Oh.
mean that to happen. So right when I was sliding down, I was going around that corner, sliding, and then I saw the guy. And of course, I'm in a lower position, lower angle. So I'm pointing up.
Hmm.
He's pointing
Oh
down.
no.
And then as soon as I point up, we were literally at point blank range, and I was literally
No.
firing, and he was firing, and I hit his sensitive area by accident at point blank.
Oh no.
And then he was shooting at my head at point blank.
Oh gosh.
It's of course, you had to see it. I mean, it's not as if we did it intentionally. You only have a split of a second to react when you see a target.
Right.
So I just shot what I could when I saw a target, and it ended up being his sensitive area. So
Yeah.
and of course, we both injured each other, and and then after that, he had a whole like four or five people behind him, all pointing guns at or literally pointing at
Oh
me.
no.
And since I would assume they saw me get hit, and then I
Mhm.
heard one of them say, "Hey, is he hit?" And then both me and him were just laughing at each other, like
Yeah.
because I accidentally hit his sensitive area, and then he actually shot me like right up here in the face line. So we
Yeah.
just kept on laughing for about 20 seconds, and while we were laughing, he helped me up. And of course, they all had their guns on me because they still didn't know if I was hit or not. I would assume. So he was telling, no, no, he's good. He's he's it. We both knocked each other out. So
Yeah.
and then I ended up walking it off, and he spoke to me afterwards after the game, and I actually had a video shot of that too. So I had the GoPro right
Oh
here.
gosh.
So, it was like, should I post that or not? And, I decided not to because I was literally, I mean, if you look at the camera, it looks like it's pointing right directly at his, so I didn't want to disrespect him or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah, I
So,
get that.
but yeah, it was pretty cool. That was embarrassing but awesome at the same time. The other
Right.
incident I had was more medical because I just mentioned about my foot, right? So
Mhm.
years ago, I had surgery on the foot, and of course, down there, there's really not much there. So when they have to reach the bone, they literally have to like I forgot what they call it, the muscle line tender. Whoever's a medical person, I'm sure they're going to yell at, laugh at me at this, but anyway, they have to cut through that in order to get to your bone, and of course, because of that,
Mm,
the response time, of course, the foot healed, but the response time of that muscle is slightly off, and
yeah.
so I now that I explained that, when I was at a game, something similar. I was sprinting, and and of course I saw a target outside the door, so I immediately try to stop. And of course, when you try to stop, you're telling your muscles to stop immediately, right? So
Yeah.
when I did that, I just lost complete functionality of my foot. It just went out,
Oh no.
and it hurt like hell, like there was knives on your foot, right?
Oh. Mm,
So again, it was a split of a second. It just happened, and I lost control of it. And then, of course, now I can't run because it requires 2 feet to run, right? So I was running with one
hmm.
foot, and the other one just collapsed, and I just went straight down, and
Ow.
then I couldn't get
Ouch.
back up.
Ugh.
So a friend of mine, Spaz, he saw me, and he was checking, "Hey, you all right?" Like, dude, I can't get up. So he actually had to haul me off the field
Yeah.
because I didn't have control of one of my feet at the time. So
Golly.
yeah, it sucks. I mean, that only happened to me. Of course, I had this surgery, what, about 4 or 5 years ago. It only happened to me twice. One of them was inside an airsoft game where the foot would just, decide, nope, not going to work today. So,
Yeah.
but then it was healed and it went back to normal, shortly after that. So this is one of those things. So whoever's hearing
Yeah.
this, if you want to know N5's vulnerability, I mean, that's his foot. So if you shoot his foot, that might bring him down, just so you know.
It's like Achilles is the only part of his body that was the most vulnerable was his heel. Funny enough.
You know, yeah, exactly, right? It's interesting
Oh,
because you can hit me any other location, but if it's that foot, then it's just kind of sensitive in that aspect.
yeah.
But I mean, other than that, it's doing well. I mean, I haven't had an incident in a while.
That's
Um,
good.
so, yeah, it's been doing, kind of count my blessings when I can. And I'm still enjoying the
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah. I feel that for sure. A while back I got in a pretty serious wreck when I was man, I don't even know how little I was. It was so long ago, but it tore my right leg up. I mean, it almost snapped the bone in half. It kind of ripped the back of the skin on the back of my leg. It ripped it off, and I mean, it took me months to heal. I had to do physical therapies. I had to do like uh they had to do this like muscle therapy where they took like this little needle and they put it in like in the muscle in my leg, like in my calf,
Yep.
and they like wiggle it around almost like to forcefully loosen up the muscle because it was so damaged, so it was all tense and stuff. And I haven't had any issues with it since then, thankfully, but before I had done the therapy and stuff, it caused a lot of problems and it really hindered my ability to walk, to run, to I mean really do anything on it at all.
Yep.
And it definitely glad that it's fixed now and that it doesn't bother me at all in Airsoft.
Oh yeah, I could definitely relate to that because after the surgery, I think they put like not I think, but they did. They put like one of those heavy boots on it, so you can't move
Yeah.
the foot. And because of that, I was restricted from driving. And I think it was about a month and a half, if I remember correctly. Again, this was years ago, but I think it was a
Yeah.
month and a half. Couldn't drive. And then they got me to a smaller boot, and then I could drive. And then same thing. I had to constantly keep exercising the foot because I
Yeah.
remember at the time they told me if I don't do that, what could potentially happen is that the muscles or the tendons or whatever down there could lock up. It's a similar
Oh,
like what
yeah.
you were talking about. So
Yeah.
I had to keep using it, keep flexing it out. And
Hmm.
but to be honest, I wasn't really successfully doing that until I got into airsoft, to be honest,
Yeah.
because that's forced me
Yeah.
to run, that forced me to use the foot. So
Right.
when I got into airsoft, that really, in my opinion, even though I had a few hiccups, that escalated the healing process, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that for sure. It took me a while to get used to it, but finally once I did, it was good and I got right back out to playing airsoft and it wasn't really a problem, thank God. But uh what was I gonna say? Oh, to piggyback off your funny aim story, there was one time I was out playing. I was doing just a basic little open play day because I wanted to go out and get outside, get in the sun, and I was running and I was behind this guy and I was aiming about center mass at his chest and he turns around because I guess he heard me or something and he turns around but he was walking up some stairs. And as soon as he turned around, he walked back up, and I didn't have time to adjust back up. So I shot him like right there on the inner thigh, and he missed because he jumped from it. And man, I felt so bad. I was like, "Oh my God, did I just shoot you where I think I did?" And he was like, "No, but you got real close, and it scared me real bad." And I was like, "Man, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to shoot you there." He was like, "It's fine. It's just airsoft. I'm not worried about it." And I was like, "Oh, thank God."
Oh yeah, I mean that's the beauty part. I mean, because I similar instance in my case when you accidentally do stuff like that. I mean, for the most part, I think I only had maybe one that got upset, but out of 20, to be fair. So majority of
Yeah.
people were pretty cool about it, because again, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's just a game, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's a hobby that we pay to get shot at by each other. So I mean, we're gonna get shot at. It's gonna happen eventually.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. And it's if you do run into those individuals that are a little bit more, what should I say, vocal,
Yeah.
just keep a smile and just be like, hey, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you back on the field, respectfully.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I've never understood the people that get all angry about it and throw a fit. I mean, it's like I said, we're paying to be shot at. I mean, we're gonna get shot. We're gonna get shot in places that might not feel too good. And I mean, that's part of the hobby. Kind of just got to get over it. Keep going. I mean, it's only gonna hurt for a second. It's not gonna hurt very long.
Depends where you're shot at.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, yeah, the pain doesn't last for very long.
Yeah.
Um, so it's just again, it's airsoft community. It's pretty cool. It's a lot more resilient on those types of things, and plus the friendships you can
Yeah.
build from that. I mean,
For sure. Yeah.
but I
I
got some photos of you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, you're okay. Uh, I don't know if you can tell in the camera or not, but I do actually have my nose pierced. uh, which it kind of hinders me from running like the full face masks. So I run one of the NB tactical ones with where it's got the like nose piece kind of cut off. But because of that, I've been shot like right here in my nostril before, and it didn't really hurt. It was kind of just itchy, really, but it was itchy because it started bleeding, and then the blood kind of dried as I kept playing. And somebody actually they asked me, they're like, "Man, are you okay?" They're like, "Your nose is bleeding pretty good." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." They were like, "What happened?" I was like, "Oh, I got shot right there. I took a BB there." And they were like, "Are you not hurt or anything?" And I was like, "No, I'm kind of itchy from the blood, but I mean that's really it."
Yeah, and believe me, I had those as well. And matter of fact, I plan to visit. It's been confirmed. I plan to visit the JTC on
Mhm.
the 13th. Yeah, 13th. So it's been confirmed. I'm going to be going there on the 13th. Um, I am getting married in 3 weeks.
All
So
right.
I've been requested by my fiance that if I go to TTC, don't play a game because you can be there, hang out, and take a tour of the field, but don't play a game because I don't want your face messed up because you're about
Yeah.
to get married and we need the photos. Like,
Right. Take a BB straight to the forehead and then gotta go
yeah,
take wedding pictures. Yeah, I
exactly.
get that I get
So,
that for sure.
so I was like, okay, okay. But anyway, like I said, I totally understand it because I've had the same thing happen, and now because
Yeah.
of what happened in the past, I got to be careful when I visit the
Yeah.
TTC field. Might be too tempted to play a game though, but we'll see. I don't know, but
Oh,
been asked not just to protect the face. So anyway,
right.
yeah.
Oh, but yeah.
So
Yeah.
how long you been going to
Let's
TTC for?
um man, I want to say about 2 years now, maybe two and a half, right about. Yeah.
Has it evolved since then? Anything changed? You seen
Yeah,
these new
from
additions?
from when I first started going, it was a lot smaller. I mean, the shop was a lot smaller than what it is now. The field was a lot smaller. And just kind of over time, I mean, he's added Gus, anyways, he's the main owner of it. He's made the shop way bigger. He's gotten more stuff in there. He's added like whole new sections of the onto the field. And then they built, they call it casino. It's like a little two-story building. It's more there for the people who want to do that close quarters fights and stuff like that. There's a lot of angles, a lot of places for you to like really just be careful and focus on what you're doing. And that didn't used to be on the field. And then one day he just was like, hey, I want to add this new building. And he started working on it. And then some other people came out to help, some of the players and just other people in the community came out and they helped them build it. And it got done relatively quick. And it's been pretty fun to play in.
And this is a two-story, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Is it the one that has the I don't know what you call those things. It's maybe a
Hmm.
um
Yeah,
metal
the
outer
sheet metal.
shell. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think I know which one you're referring to. Yeah, because I was reviewing
I
the
think
field
it's
from remote, and I think I saw building like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think it's the only one that's actual like made out of like the sheet metal construction. Because there's a few other buildings on there. One of them is kind of like it's an old trailer home, and then one of them is just like I'm guessing it used to just be like an old house with like a little garage and a carport and stuff. And then one of them is like a even smaller house, and then there's like a little camper van, and then just kind of like some wood forts that are put up. One's made out of like what are they called? Like sheet wood. One's like a little sheet wood castle, and then there's another one that's uh kind of like how like fences. It's kind of like a little fence fort.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I know which one you're referring to. But yeah, I've seen videos, but I haven't actually seen it on site. This will be my first visit out there, so I'll be
Yeah,
really, 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 I should say, excited to see some of this stuff, in person.
yeah.
So, oh yeah. Um, but out of curiosity, what time does I think they open up at 9 or
Mm.
yeah, 9 a.m. But what time does the first games usually start?
He opens at 9, and usually it kind of just depends on how fast people get there. Because some people like getting up early and getting out there like right at 9, but some like wait until about 10 to 10:30. So he usually starts around 10 to 10:30 ish. Sometimes maybe he'll wait till 11 because we're all kind of just hanging out and getting ready and having fun and just talking and stuff. But I think if you get there around the time that he opens up, you'll definitely have plenty of time to get to walk on there out there with them and just get a look at everything and uh just kind of do a general tour of it because he's done that with me. He's done it with friends of mine, other groups that have came down, and he's super cool with it. He's an awesome owner. I really like him a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Look forward to meeting them. So yeah, it's just love to see some of his insights of how his field developed over time and then how he was able to make it grow. I mean, that's it's pretty inspiring to hear stories like that. At least what I've been hearing from third parties so far.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and the name of it actually is his team name, JTC, which is uh their main team name is Jaegers, but JTC is, I think it's like Jaeger Training Center or something like that. I think it's something like that. It's been a while since I've looked at it, but yeah, the Jaegers are the main like team that he runs there, and some of them will sometimes admin and sometimes they're in-game playing with everybody, and then when they do events, because they do like a Halloween event and stuff like that, where there's like monsters and stuff, but the Jaeger guys will dress up and they'll be the monsters and stuff like that for the event, and it's super fun. I mean, they've built kind of like a whole community with it, and everybody comes out. I mean, there's quite a few regulars, and we all know each other, and we all come out and stuff like that, and it's super fun.
Oh, nice. And that's pretty cool. Able to do that and organize with your local circles, your local friends there, and then organize events. And that's pretty tight. Do you guys do any type of night games out of curiosity?
He
Or does
is
JTC do
actually
night games?
he is actually bringing back his night games. They're still they're not exactly night yet because he's still kind of trying to ease back into them that to actually see if people are interested in actually doing them. But he's definitely he's bringing them back. He's trying to anyways, and I hope that he does because I'd like to do some night games again outside of
Oh,
like Milsom West and stuff like that. I'd like to actually do some just like chill night game stuff.
oh yeah. It to me they feel more immersive. I don't know if that
Oh yeah.
makes sense, but it's just
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of different, but
Yeah,
cool at the same
definitely.
time. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
got
at
some
night.
photos of you. Do you mind if I
Yeah.
show them? All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. I'll share my screen. Give me a second here.
Yeah, no worries.
Let's see. Okay, I have to actually open this up first. Yeah, I'll just do that. Okay, maybe share. Here we go. All right, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, excellent. So here's one photo. Feel free to take lead and describe when this photo was taken, what was the game mode, and just go from there.
All right. So this was actually the photo from April from my last Milsom West that I did. I actually went as militia with some of my buddies, and it's not exactly it's not in the spirit of what I would normally do for militia, but it was kind of just a thrown together kit. But I was gonna run my AK, but I ended up actually just running my Ergi just because it's like internally it's completely overhauled and it was just too good not to use really, so I just decided to run it. But this picture was actually taken at our patrol base at the this was the end of the game. This is when it was Sunday. We were all just tired and everybody was ready to go and the event was over and we all decided, hey, let's all get some pictures of our outfits and everything like that. And I think I sent you that one picture too with kind of all of us together, and that was one of the other pictures that we had taken. Yeah, that one right there. That was kind of our group picture that we took because we were like, oh, let's all take a group picture together. That way we have a picture to remember this, and it was a just an absolute blast getting to go with them. Our Let me see where I am. I'm on the bottom row. kind of in the middle right there. It might be a little hard to see me, but yep, that's me right there. And then the guy on my right, and then my right, my left, and then let me see. Or no, the guy on my right, and then the three standing behind me, they all actually were running gas blowbacks for the event. One was running an AK, one of them was running or actually two of them were running a FAL, and then one of them was running his AR-15 style uh, blowback, and they were all super awesome to get to hear during during the milsim because I don't know if you've ever really been around GBBRs and stuff like that, but they are just absolutely awesome to get to hear going off.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. That's pretty slick. I mean, geez, that would be so cool to see those things in person.
Yeah, yeah, it was absolutely awesome getting to kind of just because the first night that we did, we had set up for an ambush and it was like pitch black outside. We all had our night vision on and we're all sitting there and NATO comes up and they actually engaged the platoon in front of us and they had killed them and they were kind of coming our way and they had all their flashlights on and they were all yelling and uh, Milsom West also they allow blank fire guns, so there was people there using blanks and stuff like that, and it was super awesome getting to hear those going off and just kind of getting closer and closer to us. And we actually, I'll have to send you this picture too. I don't know why I didn't think of it, but one of our guys, he had the tag-in launcher, the one that you can actually fire the projectiles out of.
Yeah.
He had one of those, and we actually fired off about 4 or 5 rounds at them and we killed, I mean, maybe 30, 40 guys total with it.
Nah.
And then he went to actually load another shell into it and I guess it went off inside the chamber and it actually blew the whole chamber of the grenade launcher apart. So he was
Uh,
quite sad about that because they're quite expensive and we were now down a grenade launcher out of night one of three, but it was fun while it lasted.
did anyone get that on video though?
I'm not sure if we got it on video, but we do have some pictures of it. I'd have to go back and look at my friend's video that I'll send you after. I think he might have gotten a video of it. I'm not sure if he got a video of it detonating, but I think he got a video of the aftermath of it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, love to see that. Because things like that it interests me because it's real world. I mean, not let me rephrase that, not real world, but it's like real things that happen in airsoft, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's even though it's cool and it has tactical, gameplay and stuff like that, but you don't really sometimes see what goes on behind the scenes or
yeah,
why certain things happen the way they do. It's
yeah.
those types of things that it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy because we when we did the ambush, we were all together at first, and then once everything kind of kicked off, some of us had kind of maneuvered around to get into better spots. I had actually gotten up and I had went around us and flanked behind the NATO guys, and I was killing them. And then kind of just when it was all over, we were all finally dead. I was actually going back over to my guys, and all I seen was him laying on the ground, and then just his grenade launcher next to him, just in pieces. So I was like super scared. I was like, oh my God, what happened? It's like, is he okay? I looked over at him. I was checking him. I was like, dude, I was like, are you good? Everything okay? And he was like, yeah, yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. And I was like, were you holding it? Is your hand okay? And he was like, yeah, yeah, I'm good. It just it brown detonated in the tube and it just blew up. I was like, man, I've never seen that happen before. And he was like, yeah, me either.
Oh,
But
geez, 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 geez. Is
yeah,
this It's
It
always
was
cool to hear
scary.
about it, but just seeing it, it's just
Yeah, yeah. It was scary at first, but once I realized, I mean, he was completely okay. I mean, he had minor injuries. I mean, he was a little shaken up because I mean, he just had this explosive detonate, maybe 3 feet from his face. But outside of that, I mean, he was fine and everything like that.
oh, that's good. At least that's what matters in the end is if if he's all right.
Yeah, exactly. I was most worried about. I was like, man, I was like, you didn't blow your hand off, did you? And he was like, thankfully, no. But he was like, if I would have been holding it a little tighter, he was like, I probably would have blown my hand off. And I was
Yeah,
like,
it
whew,
probably would have been a completely different day. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
like a different ending of the day.
yeah, for sure. And then this picture is actually it's from the event as well. That was from the first night ambush after we had all kind of died and stuff. But that's actually my buddy who had the night vision recorder on. So he's actually the one that has all the footage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those look like nice little toys.
This one was same event, but it was the year before when I had gone on NATO. Let me see. Let me see if I can remember which rifle was mine. Or actually, I didn't. No, that's right. I didn't run a rifle. I was actually. Did I send you the picture of the other guns as well? I don't remember if I did or not.
Let's see. I don't see that in. I don't see it.
I must not have sent it to you. We had two more guns. They were MMGs that we had with us. I was actually running one of those MMGs, but I guess I didn't send you that picture. I don't know why I didn't send you that picture. But yeah, this was the year before when I went as NATO, and those were all of the other guys' guns. They were all running Ergies, and they were quite nice. And then this actually, you can see one of the MMGs. This guy right here in the blue jacket, he's actually running one of the MMGs. He was running a VFC M249, so he was running the gas blowback one, but he actually had it HPA tapped, and I don't know if you can see it, but he has his HPA tanks kind of like on his back there. So
Like
that
right
that
here,
thing
where the
was
cursor
super
is.
cool. Yeah, it was super cool getting to hear it going off because it was super loud and it was uh just like I mean just full nonstop, just ba 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 ba. And dude, it was you got to be with one to actually like hear how loud they are.
Oh
And
yeah.
then that's actually me right there on the left. That was when I was running with for where I was running a NATO kit, and it was super fun.
Oh, the one with the American flag.
Yeah, yeah, that's me
Yeah.
right there.
Uh, yeah, that's a nice setup. Nice kit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke, but I was like, nah, I better not.
Ah,
But
go ahead. I don't care.
well, if I'm at a distance and you're in camo, but if I could see red, I would be pointing at that red. So that
Yeah,
would be my
for sure.
bullseye right there.
It that was kind of that was kind of just our thing. We just kind of wore them because they were cool. They looked cool, and we didn't really care. But yeah, no, it definitely it did not blend in with anything at all.
Yeah, that would stand out pretty well. I have
Oh
American
yeah.
flags on my kit, but mine are camo, so it's so that obviously it's the American flag, but the colors are blended in with what I am
Mhm.
wearing.
Yeah.
And
Actually, I'm not too sure if I have one of them. I actually have one that is the IR ones that are like the black and gray.
yeah,
Those are what I run now. I usually run them all on my helmets, but I don't think I have any, but I do have. Let me grab this one. Make sure that it's actually set up so I can show you it right. I do run this one.
here, let me
I
stop
don't. If you can,
See if we can see it. Wait 1 second.
yeah.
All right, there we go. We're back on camera view.
Let me go this way. This is actually one of my let me not drop it. One of my Russian rigs. I run a
Ah, nice.
uh it's a IR Russian flag, but the main base of it is multicam, but the
Hmm.
actual flags and the lettering is IR reflective.
Yeah,
And
because
then
mine right here is just of course there's a story behind this, but I have the Texas flag here and the Texas state symbol.
yeah.
I have the American flag here and a Texas state symbol on the other side.
Okay.
Uh, of course, funny story with that. The reason why I do that is because this is Colorado. So
Mhm.
um, I want to make it apparent that I'm from somewhere else, even though I'm not from Texas.
Right.
But I wanted to make it appear that I'm from somewhere else other than Colorado. I'm
Right.
not trashing Colorado. Colorado's a beautiful state. It's just, you have to stick out to be something different. And
Oh yeah, for sure.
that was my approach.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. And then I actually have these, which I don't run them super often because I haven't really built out a kit yet. But do you know what Russian SSO is?
Yes.
So I actually have an armband and I have the reflective patch that goes with it. The armband is actually reversible. It's you can either do like the orange or you can do the green. And I run these when I actually do an SSO kit, which I'm not currently doing. I'm actually currently doing a 45th VDV kit, which actually is what I'm using this for, but it's not super accurate because it's not super used yet because it is still technically a new carrier, but it has been seen with the Russian SSO. They've used it quite a bit in like competition shootings. And then I have some other kind of older era stuff like the 6B47 and uh 6B23, both both of them in EMR. I really like the EMR pattern. And then I'd show you it, but I'm not quite sure where I've put it. But I do also have a leaf suit that I
Nice.
plan on building a
Nice.
kit out with as well. But
Yeah. Let me see if I can show you a photo of what I typically wear on the field. Of course, if you visit my YouTube channel, you can easily identify what I wear.
yeah,
But for the sake of this podcast, I'll try to see if I can find it.
let me see if I have anything else I could show you. Let me see. I do have my JPC wherever it is. There it is right there.
under,
Yeah. I do actually. I do have my JPC 1.0, which I've really yet to build out. I put some mag pouches on it and a TQ pouch, and that's kind of really just all I've done for it. But I've got that as well for when I start getting back more into the NATO stuff.
all right, found the photo. So let me share the screen. I can show you. Share. All right, let me know when you can see it.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so this is a group that I hang with and play with. It's called the Legion.
Mm.
This is Spaz right here. He's one of the main heads of the group. Um, there is Shadow. There's Deleted, I believe that's his name. Jagged, and my gosh, he's gonna kill me. I forgot his name. Um, I guess it's just late at night. He's gonna kill me. If you're listening to this, dude, I'm so sorry. but but I really like this guy. I really respect him. He's very down to earth, and I can kind of relate to him. And but yeah, he's pretty cool. So show me. This is me right here. So the
Mm.
curse is showing. So as you can tell, I'm not wearing a helmet, but there's a reason behind that. It's simply because with helmets, it's at least for me, when I'm going through like the bush or anything like that, some tight quarters, I don't
Mm.
want to have the helmet because it just feels bulky. So what
Right.
I've done is I modified my headgear, and so I'm not sure if you could see it, but I do have a basic what do you call this? It's a basic camo on top. It's just nothing more than a fabric,
Yeah.
but below it is what matters. So below it, I have a heavy duty fabric that it can withstand hard impacts. So it feels like a
Mhm.
cushion. So that's what I'm using underneath. So you could shoot me a point blank right into the mouth. And of course, I have a mesh here. You can't even see it, but I customize it. I actually installed the mesh myself into the fabric.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
right there.
nice.
Can't see it, but it's fleshed in to where, it feels like it's part of my skin and it's very flexible. So, and I like that. I'm able to breathe right through it very easily. So
Nice.
that's my custom kit. And of course, if you see me out in the field this weekend, I'll show it to you. But it's nothing more than just a heavy fabric that's more cushion that can take an impact. So and
Yeah.
then up here, it's also cushion as well. But with the hat, it has an additional layer. And also, if you look closer to the camera here on top, so it protects my head at that aspect. And of course, I
Yeah.
use these. Um, of course, what is going on? I'm having a lot of brain farts this evening. But I use this mainly to protect my ears. Of course, I have, I can hear audio off of it as well, but it's mainly for protection. So, if but it's not 100% foolproof. So right here, you could see, well, maybe not, but there's like a little breathing room for my nose. That's the only vulnerability I have is basically right there.
Mm.
So if you're point blank, if you shoot right out underneath where your nose nostrils are located, I guess that's what you call them, then
Mm.
it could actually, that would be kind of painful. But other than that, I mean, this is what I wear, full camo, and all the way down to the shoes. Because if you look at the shoes, that's not standard. It's also camoed.
Yeah.
So it's not bad of a fabric. I mean, I like it. And and of course the gun, it's not black. It's towards the color of what I'm wearing. So it's a
Yeah.
little bit more harder to spot. But
Yeah.
that's me right there.
Very nice. Yeah, this I actually have another helmet as well that this is the one that I run for my NATO setups. I'm still kind of building it out. And this is a real Wilcox Silver G24. And then my camera, which I still have to get an SD card for it. I actually haven't used it yet, but it's a Contour Roam 2 and then kind of just basic, strobe on the back, uh, MPLS light on the front and stuff like that. Just basic little task light. But yeah, that's what I run normally. But I know what you mean when it comes to like snagging on stuff and like stuff like that. I've definitely had a few cases where I've had mine, especially the strobe light. I think the strobe is really mainly what catches on branches and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. And again, I'm not disencouraging, just to clarify, I'm not like crashing the helmet or just encouraging it. It's just for my
No, no.
specific case. I prefer to have the current layout that I have.
Yeah,
And it's worked out pretty well. The only thing that additionally it sucks about it is like if it's like 100 degrees outside and if you're sweating, then there's nowhere for that sweat to go other than just to be absorbed on the fabric. So
yeah,
that
yeah,
could be potential problem.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I definitely I like to bring just a little boonie hat with me, especially if I know it's going to be getting real hot later in the day. That way I can take the helmet off, drop it off, and spawn or at the, main building or whatever, and I can just throw the hat on and just run the hat, not have to worry about getting too hot or nothing like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And of course, in Colorado it's more of a dry heat, not much humidity,
Yeah,
so it's easier here.
yeah,
And I have noticed when I was playing in Huntsville, Alabama, the humidity there was a lot higher, and
yeah,
I definitely felt it. But luckily I wasn't playing the entire day, so I was able to
yeah.
handle it, and it was still pretty fun. It was a good field, and if you look at my YouTube channel, there is a one that's called Doomsday, and that's the
Mhm.
Huntsville, Alabama field I'm talking about. It's pretty slick. So
Okay.
if you haven't seen the
Okay.
video, I would check that out.
No, I'm gonna have to go check that out. Yeah, I definitely get the humidity. I mean, here, like I was saying in Oklahoma, it's quite wet quite often, and it's right now we're probably at like 100% humidity, and it's been uh last Monday. It was either last Monday or Monday before last. I think it was last Monday, but we were in like 90, almost 100 degrees. It was hot.
Mm. Yeah, with the humidity on
Yeah.
top of that, yeah, I can
Hmm.
feel how that can be
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I
It
used to
was
live in
like,
Oklahoma, so long
oh,
time ago, and so I remember those days, and
yeah.
so I definitely relate what you're referring to for sure.
Yeah. It just, man, the humidity, once it gets hot, the humidity just makes it feel like it's thick outside. It is
Yeah.
just bleh. It is so bad.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you for coming on to the podcast, and it was a privilege talking to you, and actually meet you as well. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be out there in the field here on the 13th. So it'd be awesome. I would see you out there and get to talk to you face to face, and yeah, and just go from there. But again, I appreciate you being on the podcast, and you're always welcome to come back. So if you want
Okay.
to come back to give an update or just to say, this is what I've done, something new, feel free to reach
Mhm.
out. I'll definitely schedule it in and
All
go
right.
from there.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been a blast. It was really fun getting to actually come on and do this. This is kind of my first time actually getting to like go onto a podcast and kind of talk about my experiences and stuff like that. And I can definitely see if I go out and maybe do another Milsom West, or if I go do something cool, I'll see if maybe I can come back on and share that with you and kind of share it with everybody else.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, feel free to. And if you know anyone else that would like to come on here, just relay in my way, and I'll definitely schedule them.
All right, all right. I'll definitely keep that in mind. If I got anybody that's interested and wants to come on, I'll let you know for sure.
All right, excellent. Well, thanks again, and we'll talk later.
All right, see you later.